I'll try to be as open and honest with this channel as I possibly can. I'm not going to be one of those people that's suggesting solutions to mental health problems that doesn't also show you the downside as well. I must warn anyone that if anyone gives you advice that seems too good to be true, this thing cures everything, or do this one thing and you'll lose all the weight, or this one trick will give you the financial advice and you'll take off and you'll become a millionaire. If it seems too good to be true, they're bullshitting you. It's just not going to work. And the same thing's true for mental health advice. I see a lot of famous authors and famous speakers. They're always projecting this massive amount of confidence, just constantly, just bang, 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 bang. They're always so happy, so over the top. And in the short term, they can be crazy inspiring. You see them and you're pumped up and you're like, yes, ready to go. But in reality, they may be like that. I doubt it. But they may be like that. It's not attainable. It's not attainable for everybody. So you might see these people and you get onto that train, you get onto it, you start going, you start pushing, and then life starts happening and you start losing that motivation. You start getting depressed, you start feeling anxiety, bad stuff starts happening and you lose the ability to cope. And then you turn towards these self-help gurus and they say, hey, I'll come to my next seminar, buy this next book, do this next little trick and tip. And then the motivation spikes again. But then you come back down. And the problem is when you look at them, because they're not giving you any vulnerability, because they're only projecting this false facade that's always positive, always happy, you end up realizing that they're just fake. They're just giving you this false facade that just has no actual value. So what I try and do with my advice to you guys and how I'm trying to help is by showing you the ups and downs. Today I did something stupid, and it's something that I know causes me to get anxiety and causes the rest of the day to feel terrible for me. But I did it anyway. And it's not something as extreme as you think. It was actually just having a cup of coffee. For whatever reason, the stimulant effect of coffee just sends my anxiety through the roof and I can't really handle it. But rather than cover this up and not shoot a video and hide it, I want to show it to you. I want to show that, if you notice in my voice, I'm a bit faster talking. I'm feeling a bit more erratic. My chest is a bit tight. I left training tonight a bit early. Rather than doing the second class, I left just because I wasn't really in the right headspace. I couldn't breathe properly, my cardio dropped, and I was just ruminating in my head over and over. The thing is with this, and for anyone else with anxiety, if you find that you're an anxious person and you suffer from anxiety or panic attacks, try cutting the coffee down. Now, once again, hypocritical advice, but I stuffed up and I'm paying for it. But I want to try and use my stuff up as a way to help you. If you suffer from anxiety or mental illness and you're a coffee drinker, try cutting down, if not eliminating it. Worst comes to worst, cut it out for a month and see how you feel. Like for me, energy drinks are literally poison. I used to drink them and then I stopped and my anxiety level just dropped. And it's a direct correlation to stopping the energy drinks. And now that I don't have much, if any, caffeine, when I even have a tea, I notice that sometimes just a strong tea is enough to send me over the edge of an anxiety or a panic attack. And today I once again stupidly had that coffee. The other thing I'm going to do on this channel is be completely upfront about the monetization and the things that I'm doing for you and what I'm hoping to get back from it. As you know, I'm releasing everything I'm writing for free online over time. So I've got 2 books at the moment. I'm going to hold them up to the screen, but due to the app I'm working, it'll be reversed for you. But I've got Upgrade and I've got Under the Influence. Now, both of those books, currently there's 1 chapter out, and I'm going to release a chapter about once every month or so for each book. The reason I'm releasing it for free is because I know that a lot of my listeners are young or in a financial situation in which they can't afford to buy books, and I think it would be dishonest of me to write something that could potentially help you or something that you would enjoy and not give it out to you for free. But on the other side of things, obviously, life's life and I do need to make money. I do need to get a living. So what I am asking is that if you're enjoying my content and you're liking what I'm doing here and you want to support me, and you can, maybe check out the chapters, and if you like it, buy the book. And the other way that I'm trying to sort of earn a little bit of money from this is through Patreon. Patreon's basically a way that you can provide a once per month contribution as a way to support content creators like myself. I only ask for $1 per month. If you think about it, $1 per month isn't that much for you, but on my end, if a bunch of you come together, it'll add up to make a massive difference. But once again, I'm going to release everything I do, including my next book, How to Get Your Shit Together, the self-help book that has all of the different advice that I'm going to put together in a massive compilation. I think it's over 100,000 words, about 50 chapters. I'm going to release it for free. Why? Because I want to help you. And, you know, if you feel that it's worth giving me something back, that's fine. If you don't feel it's worth something back, if you just want to take it and keep it for free, I'm completely fine with that. All I ask is that, you know, if you can support me, please do. And if you can't, but you know someone that whatever I'm doing would help, recommend it to them. Give it to them and suggest, say, like, hey, check this out, you know, because the main reason I want to encourage that sharing process is that the more that we all talk and open up and share our mental health problems, the less stigma there will be. And the reduction of stigma is really a massive passion of mine. I talk and share openly because I want to really encourage other people to do so. I know that the more people open and talk and share the issues that they're going on and the stuff that they're going through in their recovery process and the symptoms and effects and all that sort of stuff of mental illness, the more that everyone out there that's silently suffering, that's thinking they're alone, that's going through the stuff that you have and are going through yourself, the more they'll feel comfortable opening up and sharing and talking. Why this matters is that if someone feels comfortable coming and opening up and sharing support, even if they come to you and say, hey, I'm struggling, and you don't feel comfortable helping them out yourself, but you direct them onto someone who can, like a psychologist or a therapist or something like that, if that person feels comfortable enough opening up to you, it might save their life. I don't mean to bring everything down, but suicide and self-harm and addiction are massive problems, massive problems. And a lot of it is due to the stigma of feeling like you're alone and that there's no one else that can come out and you can come out to and be supported by. If we share and talk openly about mental illness, it'll mean that more people will feel comfortable talking, more people will feel like they can open up and share and talk and all of that sort of stuff. So you can really make a difference in people's lives just by getting a video like this or sharing like a picture or a meme or something that is mental health related and say to the world, hey, I'm someone that is comfortable talking about mental health. I'm someone that is open enough about it to share. If you don't want to say it to the world, but you know someone that you think you could talk to directly, send them a private message or talk to them in person and say, hey, I'm dealing with this stuff. I see that you're struggling. You know, maybe we can support each other, or maybe I can recommend someone that you can get some support from, or something like that. You know, extend an olive leaf. Just be there for people. With that in mind, I just want to recommend to you, if you are interested in knowing more about my past and where I've come from, once again, check out Under the Influence. This is the story of my childhood. It's basically what I dealt with growing up with a father that was an alcoholic, drug addict, paranoid schizophrenic, and a chronic hoarder. Now, this book is fairly intense. It covers a lot of themes and happenings to me that were quite personal and quite traumatic to deal with. The actual book itself was almost my attempt at personal therapy, at writing therapy. I wrote down what I felt like I couldn't say. Now, the reason I'm sharing it is for all of those reasons of stigma reduction that I just mentioned just before. By sharing my story, I'm able to help people. I'm able to let them know that if they're suffering or if they have suffered and they're still dealing with the mental ramifications of a traumatic past, there are other people out there that have gone through it and are in the process of recovering. If you think that'll help you, jump on my website at zachary-phillips.com. You'll see the little thing down the bottom here, and click the Books tab. And from there, you'll be able to have a look at Under the Influence. You'll find the chapter that you can read, and you can also check out what I've got going on with Upgrade, which is my first little foray into fiction, sci-fi, dystopic. If you're a fan of Black Mirror, AI, looking at sort of social media proliferation and the impact it's having on society, all of that sort of stuff, you'll like that. And you can check out my big project, How to Get Your Shit Together. This one I'm really excited, and it's a slow grind, but I can't wait to release it to you. So head over to my website, check it out, and if you like this video, if you think it's helped you, press that like button, press that subscribe button, and recommend it to someone. Thank you all.